We are very excited at the European Policy Institute in Skopje to be hosting this third meeting of the WeBER platform.
If I had to single out three words that stand for the WeBER project, I would have to say that those are dialogue, partnership and evidence.
Providing this regional context that allows for comparison but also for learning between different countries. Civil society organizations are showing that they can really feed into this process and to make a meaningful contribution to their countries and to the EU accession process.
Well, the public administration reform, although it sounds a bit boring, is extremely important for the quality of the life of all the citizens in the Western Balkan countries. If we talk about the reforms of public finances, it is important for citizens in the Western Balkan countries to actually know where the money that they're investing through paying the taxes is going to be spent. It is important for the citizens to know how people are being employed in the public service.
Systemic regional approach, common research methodology and outputs, structured cooperation with relevant authorities, NGOs, CSOs, platforms, and intergovernmental and international organizations make WeBER a credible and trusted project intervention whose effects could be useful and sustainable for all.
In the past 2 years, so during 2016 and 2017, we have been closely following what WeBER project is doing, and I hope that in the following period we will have more opportunities for direct cooperation with the WeBER platform and members of the WeBER project.
The Regional Cooperation Council is working to integrate economically the region, and of course the precondition for this is public administration reform. Therefore, we encourage WeBER to be as ambitious and as realistic as possible in monitoring the public administration reform, and we're very grateful for bringing this perspective at the regional level.
Sigma, which is a joint initiative of the OECD and the European Union, has been working with candidates and potential candidates for EU accession for nearly 25 years. In recent years, Sigma, in close cooperation with the European Commission, has developed a set of principles for public administration reform, in which we have defined a set of detailed principles and standards which a well-functioning public administration should aim to implement. We hope and we expect that governments in the region will also use these principles as a tool for identifying key reforms and implementing them.
That the people in the administration should speak about the important things as tax reforms, a system in the social protection, education, etc. However, to discuss such small, complex and multidisciplinary problems, they need to interact with all relevant stakeholders in the society, with all relevant civil society organizations. An effective interaction between civil society sector and the public administration is one of the most crucial and important instruments for effective public policies and in preserving the good governance principles.
Our government in last year has a good cooperation with civil society, and it's really important for us to have a good cooperation with them. So in that aspect, I think civil society is really important, that it's going to help us to have a better policies in our future.
WeBER has become a wide regional initiative, and it has become a word which stands for involvement of civil society in public administration reform in the region.
I see the WeBER platform as one of the key and maybe the most important components of the WeBER project, because it provides a wider forum for civil society organizations and the government from the region to exchange experience and to also learn from each other and to come up with common ideas and common ways to insist and to advocate for questions of common interest in the public administration reform area, and also as a very important argument for civil society organizations.
More precisely, we have established national working groups in each WeBER partner countries, as well as the regional WeBER platform. With these two instruments, we are aiming to increase the involvement as well as contribution of civil society organizations in the region during the process of public administration reform.
Building partnerships and building alliances stands at the core of the WeBER project and its rationale. As a project devoted to monitoring the reform of public administration and providing comparative data from the Western Balkan countries in order for civil society and governments and other stakeholders to know where we stand, we are aware that we can't do this difficult task by ourselves. Hence, we have reached out to a number of partners whose work we use in our research, in our monitoring, and we hope also for our advocacy efforts.
The debates, the discussions, the level of engagement of the participants has been very high. And this is very encouraging for us because it motivates us to continue working hard, to continue thinking of new ways how we can further use the WeBER platform and how we can further expand cooperation in the region, because we truly believe that it's the regional drive, that it's the regional peer pressure, the regional peer learning, which will help us as the civil society, but also the governments in the region achieve better outcomes in public administration reform for the final benefit of the citizens, and thus improving the quality of life of the citizens in the Western Balkans.